Hello, Johnny here again with another video, and I thought I'd finished with the CIDOS development series, but here's part 10. I think this is going to be the last one. I was asked, how can I convert what I've written in CIDOS from a program and make it into a true cartridge, because the program has been written to be a cartridge, to emulate a cartridge. So how could we convert the program into so it's as a cartridge? Now, the drawbacks with cartridges is that you cannot do self-modifying code. Now, we've got a bit of self-modifying code inside CIDOS because we are pointing to memory locations inside of where the program is being assembled. So, saying that, I was rooting around in the Commodore 64 Programmer's Reference Guide, and there is a bank of memory that is not used by anybody. It is free, and it turns out there's 86 bytes in this segment of memory. Now, the segment I'm talking about is the memory locations 02A7 to 02FF. Now, according to the Commodore 64 Programmer's Reference Guide, this is memory that's not being used by BASIC, the kernel, or anything. So what we need to do is we need to convert all our variable points and map them onto that memory space. So here we are in CBM Prod Studio, and this is what I've done. Oh, I haven't bothered. Help the boot. Oh dear. Right then, let's put another line in here because I haven't modified it yet. So I will change. So this is the 22nd. Add code to allow conversion to CRT cartridge bridge format. So what I've done is we already have some standalone variables, and we already were pointing to 2 of those bytes that are in that area. So what I've done is I've gone through the code and I've extracted all the memory points and put it into, because we had the storage location already, but there were some memory points that were, there were still some memory points in other files that I've now pulled into this. So it was all this lot was in a different file, so I've now pointed it here. And what I've done is I've given them memory points inside that area that no one is using, and then remmed out the actual byte thing. But as you can see, there are some things that are pre-populated and defaulted. So what I've done is in the cartridge initiate routine, I've put in the actual startup, not the run, stop and restore, but in the actual startup, I've got it to run initiate me, which what basically does is initiates the cartridge. So I looped through 02A7 for 40 bytes because that's how many bytes I think we're using, and well, in fact I'll make it 60 just to be on the safe side. And then what I've done is there's three variables that need to be set. We need to set the device number to 8, we need to blank out the lock unlock command, and we need to put a hash in the lope num. And so that initiates the software, that initiates the software, or the CIDOS memory outside of the code. So now all the variables that we've got are now pointing to this O2A7 bank up to O2AF. So all we need to do now is build it. So we're going to build it to a program, to a file, and of course, like a Wally, I'm on the wrong file. Keep falling into that. Need to be in there. So build program to file. So I'm going to overwrite CIDOS, and then what we do is you have to fire up a command prompt and set your path to Vice, which I've done here. So I've set the path to Vice, and then what you do, you run there's a program in Vice called cart_convert. There you go. And what we need to do is we need to run this command. So I'm going to copy this and I'll put it into Notepad, and what I'll do is I'll put it into the description, or I'll make a banner pop up with it so you can see. And then what you do, you just press, and what that does is it says cart_convert. The type of cartridge is normal. What the name is, well, we better give it a name. So this is CIDOS. Let's Commodore Integrated Disk Operation System. Don't know if it'll accept that many characters, we'll find out in a sec. And then the input is our CIDOS program, and the output will be a CIDOS.crt. So press enter. Well, it says it's done it. Right, okay, let's fire Vice up. Yep. So here we go with Vice. So I'm going to attach a CRT image. So there it is. Bingo. Bingo, lingo, dingo. Right, okay. So to test that we're talking to the right memory, if we do device, which is 8, so if I do device 9, it will error, but it should say device. Oops. So it's given us device is 9, which is good, because that means that the memory pointer is pointing to the right way, because when I ran it without changing everything, it just said it was 8 all the time because it fixed the memory. So if I put it back to device 8, there we go, catalog. So that's all working. So if I put our test image onto device 9, there we go, let's say device 9 catalog. There we go. So if I let's lock, not unlock, let's lock JCD test 2 catalog. Because the file name used to be stored where the ROM is, and it's now so unlock JCD test. Oh, John Plank. Ooh. Okay. John test. Unlock John test. That's better. So here we are. We have created a cartridge, first developed it as a program, and then converted it into a true cartridge. So now this can be burned onto a proper cartridge and be used as a proper cartridge. How cool is that? How cool is that? Right, so this will be put onto GitHub. I will put the cartridge up there as well, the CRT file, and I'll put the text to make it up there. And I hope you have enjoyed this this series. I think this is now the final video. We have got a working cartridge. We've built our own commands. They are useful commands, and we finally made a cartridge out of it. I hope you've learnt something, because it's been great doing it. I've learnt a couple of things. I mean, most of it I'd already done because I did it in CIDOS, TDSOS. But this is now for you guys, and the next set of videos, or the next I've got planned, is I created some graphics commands like Simon's Basic, but I wrote them as a kid to do circle, line, draw and all that. But that is a different type of tokenizer, because you are tokenizing to be put into a program. So you've got to overload the list command, so you can list all your stuff. You've got to make sure the syntax is right, and I'll probably do that at some point over another, say, 9 or 10 videos to build that cartridge out. And so you will get both ends of the spectrum. This is a direct command tokenizer, as the cartridge, the graphics extension, as I called it, was a indirect tokenizer, because it tokenizes into a program, so it would actually save as a program. So I've waffled on quite enough. I hope you enjoyed it. Please let me know what you think. Any comments, more than welcome, good or bad. You know, I learn from other people telling me, John, why didn't you do it this way? And I look at it and I think, that's a really good way of doing it. I like people asking me questions, because the whole point of this series is for me to give you guys who are trying to dabble in 6502 and the retro coding some start, and me putting the code out there will hopefully help that as well. You know, I used to do this when I was 14, 15, and I loved every minute of it. So I'm going to say that's enough for now, and I will talk to you in the next video. Take care. Bye. I'd like to thank all the patrons that are contributing to my channel. Without you guys, I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing right now. Thank you very much.